So where are the players at?
One banana.
Okay.
Can we...
No, there's a normal trap on top of the...
Guys, there's someone behind the shit on Mark. Yeah, next to it's there.
I'm on the visa cam, Ash.
Can you kill that shield, boys? On ping, with the Kalis, on the aces.
Yeah,
Oh, kill him from
I
above.
can get
He's
it.
behind the shit. He's behind the shit. Kill him from
Okay,
above.
where exactly is it? Yeah.
Right there, the shit.
Got it.
I'm gonna need the other master cam.
That's a C4 zone. That's smoked it, yeah.
Okay, I can complete now.
Nobody piped. Nobody piped.
Yeah, I'm gonna complete. Give me 5 seconds.
I got wall banks. Yeah, I got wall banks.
Kitchen dead.
I'm gonna complete. Give me a sec.
There's
One security.
They
Security
have,
all the way now.
they haven't got my wait, Janixs, my cam.
I'm planting cover.
One visa flank.
Okay.
Not close. Coming
Halfway.
in tellers. He's in tellers.
Save a post plan. Go far back, boys. Post plan.
Maestro's lit.
Post plan, post plan, post plan.
That's good. One white car.
We got one cam on that.
Yeah, one white car.
I have your yellow. I have your yellow run out.
One side white. I got pre-fire. He's on the diffuser. Diffusing. Sticking. He got off, got off, got off.
Fusing
Diffusing
again.
again. Sticking.
Yellow.
I'm on breach cam, someone on the other cam.
Yellow.
They dropped down, drop the cam. Top blade.
Well played, man.
Op 4 eliminated.
Yeah, I should have played more fast. I wanted to peek out the security to help you so they didn't like peek out and kill you.
Yeah. Someone said, why does everyone complain about cheaters and hackers in this game when there are cheaters and hackers in every game? That doesn't make any sense. So you're not allowed to be bothered or complain about something if that same thing is happening somewhere else in the world. That's just not how life works, sir. That's just not how it works. Like, not to a degree, yes, there are cheaters in most games. Not every game, most games, right? But there is this thing called severity. For every 1,000 players, how many cheaters do you have? If you play more cheaters than legit players, you have a severe problem. If you're playing 50-50, you have a severe problem. If you play cheaters sometimes, you know, you have a smaller problem. The issue with Siege isn't necessarily that we have cheaters, because yes, most games do. The issue is that cheaters are literally running ranked. They control ranked. They choose if we can play or not, because they're not gonna get banned ever. If they wanted to destroy ranked, they could, because they're not getting banned. There have been some people that are champion #1 with over 300 games played as a full teleporting aimbotting cheater. That's the issue. I don't mind playing a cheater once a week or, you know, once a day. I mind playing the same cheater every day for a month. That's what I mind. That's the problem, right? That's what we complain about. Why don't I ask to be benched? I have asked to be benched. I've asked for a long time, actually. I asked to be benched at Invitationals, which was February this year, after Fabian left the team. I wanted to leave as well. I asked to be benched, and they said no. So I said, okay, I guess I'll play. And then I said, if it doesn't work out, then I want to be benched. And now I'm just waiting. Because I haven't really felt passionate about Siege competitively for a long time, because the game is in such a bad state. I don't mind playing ranked. I don't really mind playing the game, but I do mind playing professional, competitive games with, you know, big prize pool, prestigious tournaments, and a lot of rounds are defined purely by luck and by bugs. And that disinterests me massively. I don't think that's fun. I don't think it's good for the viewers. I don't think it's good for the cast. I don't think it's good for the players. I'm a highly competitive person. The one thing I fucking hate is lack of skill gap, which the current meta very much is, and inconsistencies, right? Like, sometimes the sound doesn't work, sometimes the Guma doesn't work, Echo drones can't be destroyed, C4 does like crazy damage through the wall. I don't want to be a player in that environment. I don't, honestly. So I wanted to quit Pro League for a while now, honestly. Or at least it's been on my mind, but I wasn't like 100%. I was more like 90%. But I'm 100%. Like, I'm not playing Pro League any longer than when I'm allowed to be let go. And I mean, I think my performance shows it, my motivation shows it. I just want to vibe and have fun. Pro League is not fun.
You can clear easier.
No, I don't think there's skill gap anymore. I think there's skill gap between teams, but not like players. Like sure, Shago's a great interfragger, but it's like there are so many skill like handicap operators that just doesn't favor. There's so many skill mechanics removed from the game. There used to be so many more things you could do if you were better than the enemy. Now you just can't. Next one, game sound. It's sad because the game has so much potential. That I agree with. Like the game has a lot of potential, and that's why it frustrates me, I guess. Because I generally believe that Siege could be the next CSGO in those words. Like it could be the game to overtake, to become a legend, you know. But instead, we're just struggling. Not because the game is bad, but just because of the features and the bugs and whatnot. Because this game has probably one of the highest potentials of any game out there right now in the market. You know, yet to really grow. So when I run out. Oh, it's a nice flick.
We have been eliminated.
That was a nice flick. Yeah. To finish having Operation Health 2.0? Yeah, of course. I think they should have an Operation Health once a year. Just like, you know how there's 4 seasons? Make one of those seasons every year dedicated to specifically fix the game. And I think that, you know, if you're Ubisoft and you're a corporate person, you might be like, that's a terrible idea. We're not going to make money. But, and you're partially right. You're not going to make money. But you know what you're going to do? You're going to retain the player base. You're not going to lose many players. And you're giving the new players and old players a vision that you care about the game and that you want to fix it. And that in turn will make you money. Right? Because you're basically investing into your own player base in that regard. And that's basically what we're missing right now, where it's like, oh, new content and new patch, and new operator, and new map, and more features and more bugs, and you know, it's all about that investing into yourself and your own product and your fan base. Because you've made me a Siege fan for life, and I've invested so much time and effort and money into this game, and I don't regret it, but I feel like I could have done different things, right? Like, I'm a pro player, obviously it's different, but like, if you're a normal person, you know, you just play games for fun, no pro play, anything like that, you probably feel a lot of frustration around this area because what are you doing it for if the game is never getting fixed? What is your money going into, you know? And if Ubisoft showed me that they truly care about the player experience more so than milking money, like, that to me is not worth so much, like, as a player and my faith in, like, the game's future. And I think for players in general, they will want to stick around and they want to help the game become what it should be instead of giving up on the game because it's not what they think it should be.
Well, ops require no skill.
Someone needs a voice in this community or this game is never going to get changed. Well, to be fair, like, the reason why I'm in such a bad position is because I've tried to be that voice of reason. Not in the sense that I'm like, yo, guys, you can do it. You can fix the game, right? Like, it's year 5. I say, guys, this game is too fucking bad. You can do better. And a lot of casual fans that don't get it, like, oh, you're just complaining, you're crying, you're wrong. And it's like, am I really wrong, though? Like, I genuinely believe that I speak for the better of the game. And I mean, obviously, there will be people that disagree with that. But I do think that overall, on a larger scale, that I'm pushing for good things. But it's put me in a bad position with a lot of fans, with organizations, with all Ubisoft. Like they've tried to ban me and blacklist me. Like, the only reason why I haven't been banned is probably because that I'm too big for them to ban. If I was half the size I am in terms of like fan base and viewership and everything else, I probably would have been blacklisted like Rogue 9 and just not exist anymore. I honestly believe that personally. But they can't touch me because, like, me, Bolo, Kickstar back in the day, we're basically untouchable in the sense that we need to fuck up, you know, major to get punished. Because we're so fucking important to the game. Like, we bring so much viewership and whatnot. Because I've never really broken the rules. It's not like that. It's just like, I speak my mind and it's not always positive, and Ubi doesn't like that. And that's fair. That's fair.
It has been paced really fucking odd.
Yeah, an operator that I always thought about, Mr. Chicken, is kind of what you're saying. It's basically an operator that can make a hatch in any room, right? Not any room, but if there is destroyable floor, the only thing stopping you from actually dropping down are these metal beams, right? So I always thought about an operator that could break those beams. Like, you know, like Maverick, you make a circle, you fucking drop down. It's a one-way drop. And then auto should go up for it, obviously, as a countermeasure. But I thought it'd be sick. Is it balanced? Probably not, because there's a lot of maps that haven't, you know, the maps aren't made with that design in mind. Operators like that are definitely like possible to think about.